we've heard from the EFCC, the bail conditions for the social media activist. And then on the other hand, on the one hand, we hear it's based on complaints from individuals, and then EFCC says no, it's no such thing, it's fake news. This miscommunication, is that giving oxygen to this?
If the EFCC is able to determine what is fake news, one would expect too that it will sell us the proper news, the proper situation of things. Right. I think I like the slogan of the EFCC where before now when it says the EFCC will get you anytime, anywhere, right? So that's connotes a very powerful organization that's ubiquitous. In that case, and then an individual, that kind of powerful organization against an individual, the organization should show some restraint and should show some measure of application of standards. You see, I can say this on behalf of Olao Lukayode, the chairman of the EFCC, that he's committed to standards, but sometimes, oftentimes, the operatives of the EFCC get somewhat overzealous, and when they do that, it shouldn't be too difficult to explain. Now, the problem we have here, and that's a very dangerous situation where you find young people going to the bank, the premises of the bank, going to protest because they're dealing with a very influential personality called Very Dark Man that is well loved. In fact, his followership is phenomenal. Now, and that's the reason why EFCC as an organization that also requires the goodwill of the public in its fight against corruption and financial crimes should actually deal carefully with an individual like Very Dark Man. Now, there's a problem. He has been arrested, and then there seemed to be a form of strong, cooperation that was offered by the Guarantee Trust Bank. The expectation is a show of accountability on the part of the EFCC and the bank by simply explaining to Nigerians that this is exactly what's happening. Nobody is saying that the Very Dark Man is above the law. However, when it seems...
But the bank in question says, they don't have a hand in it. The young man, the VDM, was arrested outside the premises of the bank, that they've exculpated themselves, more or less.
Oh, but Nigerians don't believe. And that's more reason why an authority like the EFCC should be the forefront of showing a level of accountability to the people by saying this and such a reason is why we arrested Very Dark Man. And of course, because of the presumption of innocence, he should be assumed that he has been granted bail. And then so that report,
given bail conditions, that he will not be released until he meets his bail conditions, and he will be taken to court.
Well, that's the report. That's a report accredited to the BBC.
Right.
However, it's nothing difficult for the EFCC. EFCC has fantastic spokesmen. Whether you talk about Dele or Wilson Wajire, these are people who are very experienced in the business of public relations and public communication. So it's not difficult to communicate it. The problem is, Nigerians lose respect for the EFCC when it fails to do very simple things like this, or when it seems as if it's doing the bidding of one person. The chairman is not like that. I can say that because I've had a personal contact with him. So my mindset about the way he operates is a matter of very high ethical standards.
So why is it not reflecting in his men on the ground?
The reason why. That's the reason why people protest. That's the reason why we must say that this is not the proper thing to do, especially for a very influential person like Very Dark Man.
Yeah.
My expectation is that simply go and tell the public what is done, and now because of the presumption of his innocence, announce the bail conditions. I mean, I think it's valid a point if someone says that you could have simply invited him. I mean, for a long time, and when the FCC carries out one forms of publication as to a wanted person, the people show up because they know that from the current criminal arrangement, whether you even flee abroad, you'll be caught. So my expectation is that the EFCC should show some measure of accountability to the people. It's not the government to itself.
How can the EFCC show accountability? How can the EFCC fix this? What's looking in your eyes like a damage to the reputation of the EFCC?
I think just do the right thing. I would have expected they call a press conference, because you can see that in this age of the social media, where people like Very Dark Man reign as I would say as kings. They carry a lot of influence in that place, and every young Nigerian nearly sees these sort of fellows as role models. So it's not a very good thing if now the EFCC is seen as the oppressor, as the one that can be used by the government to suppress free speech. Because so in order not to allow, because we see that label of these explanations as fake news, in order not to allow the constant growing fake news to be preponderant, you have to make the proper statement, give the statement. So what the EFCC should do now, in realizing that it doesn't matter whether he's a young person, the level of his popularity demands that a press briefing be given immediately to show some measure of accountability to Nigerians, that you don't work for yourself and that you are not against Nigerians, and that we are all in the business of fighting corruption together, fighting financial crimes, or whatever in this case is cyber stalking. Nobody really wants it.
Let's talk about this cyber stalking. Is it being... Oh, okay. Very quickly, you were going to say...
cyber stalking. Cyber stalking, you see, look, until you become a victim of some of these crimes, you would not find the EFCC to be a very useful organization. In this case, we're saying that it has to be on the good side of the people so that it can enjoy the goodwill of the people. After all, it's set up to serve the people. Cyber stalking can be a very dangerous crime, especially when it attacks innocent people. But the very dark one is seen in the eyes of Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, as a freedom fighter, as someone who's speaking on their behalf, and it does it in such an innovative manner. Playing it doesn't with a lot of and then it comes out to be well loved, and that's strange. And some of us are very impressed with him. And in that case, the FCC should even see such persons as partners, even when they make mistakes. And in that case, they should not. Of course, he's already a hero, but you increase his heroism when you arrest him in such a manner and refuse to explain.
Sorry, my heart is broken and I don't even understand why. Because this man had one simple mission the other day, is to go to GTB and sort out his mother's situation, which a lot of Nigerians are going through, and this is what they choose to do. Me personally, I'm a GTB card holder, but not again. All I see right now is NSAS protests back again. Let's be clear, we all stood as one to fight for our rights, to fight for our country, and they tried to shut us down because they were avoiding a revolution. And after that protest, when they decided to shoot into the crowd, everybody literally became scared and silent because, hey, they don't want to die. No one wants to be affected in fighting for a country that they feel like nothing is ever going to change. But I tell you guys, like, all this time when people have been doing 30-day bans, all the government officials, everybody that has the power to make a change sat down quietly and said nothing. All the killings going around all over Nigeria, everyone who has the power to change sat down and said nothing. You let people make fools of themselves, you let people starve, and you say nothing. But yet you walk around town and you see thousands of posters posted all over for the same government we are fighting against. You think it's going to be fair? You think everything you guys do behind the scenes is going to save you guys in the end? I know exactly what is going on. They are so scared of a revolution busting out. And the funniest part is that you see, everything happens for a reason. God doesn't sleep, and sometimes God will put people in hurt positions to save the rest of us. You guys holding VDM is exactly what would trigger that revolution you so scared of. You treat people like dirt. You treat people like garbage. You tell us to go farm cassava and eat cassava while you guys have everything. And you think this is a fair society. I don't care who you are, rich or poor, you are struggling. This is not the time to be quiet. You think you can take away the one voice that speaks for the people. I don't give a shit about you people who have personal opinions about VDM. That is your cup of tea. But to sit down and act as if this man hasn't done more good than bad is outrageous. You guys kiss the asses of those people that are slowly killing you day by day. But to stand with someone and become one voice, you say no. Instead, you have idiots in the comments who will tell you, oh, the only solution for Nigeria is to break Nigeria. That is exactly what they want. They want you to be so divided that you don't even see the light anymore. They want you to break apart. There won't be one Nigeria. There will be all the Yorubas, the Igbos, whatever the case might be. They are planning that, and me, to God be the glory, we would not let them win, because breaking this country will be letting them win. There is no way around this one. You cannot. It is inhumane to take a man off the street like a dog. It is inhumane to treat anyone like that. There was no time VDM was invited to either EFCC or whatever the case might be that he did not show up. But you guys wanted to disrespect him and to humiliate him in front of his mother, in front of the country, and you think nothing is going to happen. You think people will be so scared of what happened at the last protest that they wouldn't come out. Una jam Morocco, because I'm telling you, when you push a man to the point where he has nothing to feed his family with, he has nothing to gain for his life, he will fight exactly that battle you guys are so scared of, and it is coming. I would love to sit in a country, and I would never give up on this idea that Nigeria can be better, but you see all those people in power that want to rob us of our civil rights in a democratic country. It's not going to work, man. You guys should not let a hair be harmed on that man's back. Like, you guys should not even try it, because I'm telling you, it is so sad. And you see idiots in the comments saying keep him there for 10 years. Are you people stupid? The only people who are not rising up to speak about anything going on in this country are exactly the people who have things to gain. That's why they are silenced like fucking dogs in the back. Silence. It is not going to work the way you people think it's going to work. The revolution will come, and I feel bad because a lot of innocent people will be hurt in the middle. I'm sorry, everything that has to do with authority has to be cancelled. Number one, GTB or any other establishments that feel like they could, instead of them to protect their people who is helping their business grow, you put them out there like slaves to be killed, basically. EFCC, you're supposed to go against people who commit crimes, yet the big bosses of the at the top are just getting away with everything, yet you go for innocent people. INEC, you were supposed to be an institution to help people vote the correct kind of way, but instead you're completely corrupt, so you guys to be cancelled also. Anything APC, I don't even fucking want to hear it, because you guys, like, it is sad. And let's not even talk about one of the biggest, most manipulative institutions in Nigeria is the goddamn churches. The churches were made to make people come closer to God. Instead, you guys use it to dupe people and manipulate them into doing what you guys want. Nothing great is coming out of those churches. You see people coming with their best cars and their best suits just to impress the church, instead of you guys to help the people. Where is the voice of the church now, since we have been speaking out for the last over 30 days? We have been speaking out. Where is the goddamn churches? And some of you spend nights and day, Monday to Sunday, you're in the church praying, and for what? Because they have found a way to convince you that your prayers cannot be answered in the house. They found a way to convince you that me sitting there right here saying a prayer is not going to work. They rob you. They disrespect. They rape you guys. They collect all your money, and still you are slaves to the institution. They have shut your mouths down from one institution to the other, and everybody wants to come out and attack someone like VDM that is actually doing something for the public. And for those of you saying, oh, he didn't take care of his mother, oh, he could have done, are you stupid? Older people always end up dying when they have no activity. There's some older people that actually enjoy working. You think that boy is not taking care of his mother, you jam rock. But no, because of your selfish hatred for one person, you're gonna let every other nonsense slide. The exact thing the country is worried about is the exact thing that will happen. It's just a matter of fact. And I keep talking about this because at the end of the day, a lot of people innocent will be hurt in this battle, but it is coming whether you like it or not. You cannot silence people for that long. Eventually they get the strength and they come out. It's just a matter of time. We don't care if you're APC or PDP or Labour. We don't care. All we ask for is make it fair. We don't even care if you take 50% of what Nigerians donate and do your own things, travel, enjoy your life. All we care is show us some human decency. Give us something to look forward to. You guys are giving us anxiety even when we are sitting quietly. You're taking one of ours when we are sitting quietly. You see, when you keep doing stick like this in front of a crocodile, he would eventually attack. No matter how still he is for a long portion of time, he will attack. All we ask, we don't care. We just want fairness. It is inhumane for just one set of people to be profiting everything. Like literally, the politicians in Nigeria are billionaires right now, not even in naira, in dollars, off your back. But yet they want to rattle us. See, I am going to say a special prayer for VDM, because it hurts to see that somebody like him could be taken, and you think that because you take one of them you're going to silence the rest of them. It's not going to work that way. I promise you, more people, even those that were silent, are going to come out. It's just a matter of time. This is going to end one day. It's just a matter of time. Instead of you to take an example from Burkina Faso, I'm sure you guys are one of the people against them. You know, look at how that country is being developed while we are sitting here in the ruts, claiming we are Nigerians, strong, powerful. Hey, Bagama.
Yeah, so I just saw this news. I don't know whether any of you saw this news. That the former boss of NNPC is being probed for alleged missing or misappropriation of $2.9 billion, aka 4.1 trillion naira. Good. Do you know what 4.1 trillion naira can do? I will not explain that yet. I'm saying this to just get into details about what this man you see here, the very dark black man, has done to a lot of our consciousness as youth in this country. Because over time we have lived in cowardice, so much that we now fear to call to order people who say they are representing us either on constituency level, local government, councillor, senator, or whatever, or even governor, and down to the president. You know why? We have been pushed to a corner where they think that you have no right. You have no right to question anything that is wrong with business, how it is run in this country, and even governance. Why is very dark man in detention? Because why? He came outside and said something happened to his mama. The GT Bank comot money illegally for his mama account, claiming the mother took loan whilst it is wrong and it is false. Went to that bank to complain, and then VDM was whisked away by EFCC. Let me explain something. EFCC carry VDM, no be our problem yet. You know what be the problem? The manner for the arrest and the reasons for the arrest. Till now, as we speak to you today now, protests want to start. On what is the main reason? Do you know that for the first time, EFCC arrest person, no good reason why they arrest them? EFCC will go arrest person, before they arrest the person, they have a reason for that person's arrest. And then they will make it public. But guess what? Because this personality you see here has come outside to want to unravel the truth, the unspeakable truth, and taking the route which every other person, they sit down, they fear to take. Nobody, they want, if you talk, you mention, say, you talk, you say, Mr. President, for instance, just know, say your life is at risk for this Niger. You talk, you call your governor, no, say your life is at risk for Niger. You question any government agency for not doing their job, your life is at risk for Niger. I dey even sorry for GT Bank the more, because you don't even know this thing you have done, what it is going to cost you further. Let me tell you, and let me sound this clear. Should anything happen to VDM, I don't even lose my voice because I did best since yesterday. Should anything happen to very dark black man, make it be like say, as he there for this EFCC custody, something can happen to Ram, or anything happen to Ram, way bad. Do you know that this government by themselves have been able to now throw the country into chaos? Do you understand? You see how you people organize distractions to make sure that you boycott governance that you are supposed to pay attention. Now, we know the track record of very dark black man. He has never been invited by any government agency as little as even if na Boy Scout invite am, him go honor that invitation because he knows very well that the path and route he has taken is a one that government will be looking for how to say he has disobeyed the law to want to put him behind bars or send him to jail for life. But guess what? This man is tactically too intelligent for your liking. This man is tactically too woke for your liking. This man knows his rights for your liking. So you people in governance are doing everything, and every small opportunity you have, you want to see that anybody that speak up or speak out for the betterment of this nation, you want to make sure you just unalive them. If you have your ways and means, you wish you saw him in a place where nobody knew how you whisk him away. This one we dey talk now for just be story, because we for no know who and how in term is. Because how can you come and kidnap kidnap be that now? Because how can you come and blindfold somebody, take him out of a bank in the first place when VDM posted that he was in GT Bank to lodge that complaint for what has happened to his mama? I can practically tell you that for as long as I've lived in this Abuja for over 24 years, I could not figure out that that was Gariki branch he was inside. How on earth were you able to unearth the location it was? Because VDM, I know, will not turn off his location, knowing knowing the kind of dangers that surround the kind of movement he stands for. I am putting it to GT Bank, and I'm putting it to you that GT Bank or whatever security, the CS or whatever, whoever was there, gave out that location. Now it is alleged that you people locked him, and you people now have released footage that no, he was not arrested inside your bank. He was arrested outside. You be like say they play rough play. Can you in confidence release the footage, the entire footage of what transpired inside that banking hall? Abi banking hall not be public space anymore. Banking hall not be public space anymore. You know, I want to now believe safe somehow that some of the owners of these major banks are in connection with these people in governance doing no serious harm and danger. Telecommunications, banking, no worry, they do us big deal now for this country. If not be said recently, some of these online banks come to the salvage our problem as a people for this country. Bank go use your eyes, see shaggy. It's easy to talk you into keeping your money there, but when you want to take your money, now big story you. Long story. So, are you not trying to tell us that we are not in a country that your money can go missing in a bank and you don't have the right to speak up for it? You can't speak out for it because why? As you go to the bank now, the bank will now call EFCC to come and carry you. What was the grounds? No be this same country we there where then they call people. Then go invite people. We don't enter government office 4 years, 8 years, embezzle the entire state treasury. They will call them or give them invitation, they will not honor it. They will even declare them wanted. EFCC will not come and carry them blindfolded the way they did to Very Dark Man. We know his track record. They have never invited, even if he's outside the country, he will honor that invitation. He will make sure he's in the country to come to that, to come and honor that invitation. He's that kind of law-abiding citizen. He does not jump bail. He follows due process. Never happened. But when I don't like the fact that they find something to tell Olam, it never happened. He say yes, EFCC is corrupt. The much you can do, if truly you are not corrupt, is sue him to court to come and prove the evidence he has been saying he has. VDM is not the one when they get evidence, so they talk rubbish. With the big eyes like umbrella. As in saying get evidence and prove against Una. Una not even like the fact saying they unearth some kind atrocities where Una they do. The other time, it was little by little like this Nigerians were complaining, and then it led to something major in 2020. You are now towing that route. Then they talk now, government, they do like say they never see. They never know what in this thing they lead to. By the time it now degenerates into something they cannot handle, or you go out of hand, you will now come and start carrying. You will now start carrying Chakagula to want to deploy your citizens. Now when they call your attention to little things, checkmate the activities of some of these banks. Now one of them now lead to this one so. You dey come to come carry citizen where you never officially invite and in decline am. You dey come blindfold am. I want to believe that you people came without a badge. They don't know who una be. Una just come armed. Who are you? The first say some of them say they were DSS, others said they were this, and then at the end of the day, it turned out that they were EFCC. Are you now trying to say, for instance, if tomorrow now people just ambush me and say they are EFCC, I will just believe? What if na kidnappers? We need to do things the right way in this country. If they had come, the VDM I personally know, if they had come to him to say, my name is Officer this, I am so person, it is very simple. I know they resist arrest. Where is your arrest warrant? I've been waiting at the column. Arrest warrant. You say, see and here. Okay, let me call somebody and tell them where I am going. Oh, but how far? They don't arrest me. I they go EFCC. I be EFCC custody na waiting. Na baboons dead there. No be baboons dead there. Now human being now. What is it they fear you for? So if I go there, you want to interrogate me on the grounds of the arrest warrant where you bring. I make it available to my lawyer. Now I don't follow you talk anything. My lawyer will come follow you speak the English. Now be na so. This one there was nothing like that. They just come, boom, just pick them. If you ask them tomorrow now, be today now, if protests now start all over the country, for instance, and it becomes a big problem, for instance, for them, because it's definitely going to become a big problem. As and they tell una release them now, una no one release them. Anything we una see now, una go con. See, you know, you people in government, you are not even too smart sometimes. Some of you in government, you don't even know what you are doing. You are intentionally triggering, what's the English now? Intentionally, they trigger the angers of this youth that you people have kept poor. As we they work hard reach for this country, a past president looked at us as youth and called us lazy. That is how wicked you people can be in governance. That is a case of you beat begin, they tell and say make you no cry. Now life be this. You wake up, they tell you say now, bank they tell you say for every time you do a transaction, they go send 6 naira. They will charge you 6 naira for SMS, 7.5 now for VAT. Charge you 15 naira for each transfer. How much one day? Now waiting they happen. No begin to keep our money on that bed. Because if you do bank, you know they save. Who was that comedian? I think it was Edo Pikin that posted something. He said before, now you go deposit money for bank, go withdraw money. Say now if you deposit money for bank, EFCC go withdraw you. Yes, now the case will happen for this VDM so. And they let me point to this. I saw one very uselessly one very very yeye person be this. I don't know. See, you know, I don't know you from Adam, but I don't know how true is this. But I saw this and I read that you allege this. If now you talk and you be very yeye person, like I spit for your face. You be very yeye person. This particular thing. Now this is it. This lady said, upon all the charity where VDM they do, him mama still they work. They expect peanut as salary every month like Alimajiri. Now, see I'm for here. Madam, if now you be this, one way or the other, your family member will see this video. May them tell you, say me, I say you be very yeye person. Now me tell you so. I know for allegedly you me, they tell you say you be very yeye person. You no get sense. You dey match your sense, take cross main road. So because VDM they do charity now and he has told the line of charity. And his mama is somebody where they do government work. So her salary where they carry, she not supposed to talk. Even if not 10 naira na her sweat, it is due her. Must not be taken in that manner. So what of people where their mama no be, where their son no be VDM? What of we now where we say our own mama now no get us as VDM? So if they take their money, may we no talk. This is the suffering and smiling mentality we are talking about. Let me explain something to you. Yeah? As at 2022, I went to the primary school I attended in this Abuja. For those that know me, who were my mates, we know. LEA Primary School, who says Zone 6, Abuja, Sudan Street, who says Zone 6. It is close to FCDA and FIRO is there. Do you know I went to that school? The woman that taught me in primary 2, I still saw her teaching primary 1. Her name is Mama Ngozi. It is not like these people cannot do anything else with their life. There is an unexplainable bond they've had with children. Are you understanding me? For them, see, do you know the reason why sometimes some parents go down old? They go want try to born one small pikin wey fit dey stay with them. They just want a small, they want to see children around. It is a natural thing. It is a good, it is like they have found it like it is their own calling in life to want to nurture small children. They love to see them. It makes them happy. It is their own sanity. It is not about the money. It is a passion to do it. How many of you as a youth now can stand up and say you want to be doing like you want to be working, you want to be taking minimum wage to go and teach primary school children? Your body will tell you. Go now, this thing I'm telling you, you know some of these old women who are primary school teachers, they are still there till today. It is just the love for these children. You know how many of us run into our primary school teacher and tell them, I was your student some 25 years ago. They'll say, I can't remember you again. You are an adult, you now have your own family and kids. So some of the advice these people gave you in primary school molded you into what you have become. If you know VDM Mama very well, very soft-spoken human being. Do you understand? If VDM no even get home training from her, VDM no go even in the first place, they love and cherish her. Do you know that the reason VDM entered a major, like had serious problem with Iyabojo or whatever, that time that transpired was because he mentioned the mama. So if you no get value for your own mama, if your own mama enter problem like this, you know if you stand up talk, madam, now me they tell you from the bottom of you'll be very ye person, you know your head not correct. Shake your no worry, go no be that GT bank, we go gather for there.